What's going on, world? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy back at it again, the artist formerly known as Black King 91. But it's Divine Divinations back in the place, back in your face. Today's video, I just kind of want to talk to you guys about the difference between our lower and our higher natures and how to tell which nature you are running in. It's very, very, very simple to tell. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Hold up. I don't know why the lights just cut off on me. Hold on. But okay, first thing I'm gonna speak about is our DNA shows us about our natures. Now see, like when we look at the DNA primarily of us as humans, you know, like if we look at our DNA is really like there's a separation like within our DNA. You know, I think that's shown like within the different natures like that we have, you know, like the positive and negative nature, the agreeable and disagreeable nature, you know. I really don't think that animals really think about their nature as such, you know, like think about things like in a dualistic way, you know, like thinking about things, oh, I'm happy, oh, I'm angry. You know, animals really don't think about things like that. Like that's something that we do, you know, because we're knowledgeable about good and evil, you know. So like the dualistic nature is very apparent in us. But our DNA shows us about our nature because scientists have begun to express to us how our DNA could not have been engineered on planet Earth naturally, you know, and they go off to express how, okay, like how we share common ancestors with all biological life on this planet, like fish and monkeys and shit like that. We share common ancestry with all biological life, you know. Like I've been in meditations and focused on myself during the BC area, and my consciousness started to center around my reptilian brainstem, like around my brainstem, like this small little spot, like on the back of your head, like in between your neck, like, and that little egg, like on the back of your head. I started to center in like on that spot, and then I started to see like dinosaurs and like different shit like that, you know, like showing me like that ancient DNA. Like it really kind of gave me something to kind of stand to, you know what I'm saying, like so that I couldn't just get straight through. Like it started showing me dinosaurs and kind of different shit like that to kind of like keep me from getting to the real info, you know, like, but like that's what I saw. But yes, your DNA shows you about your lower and your higher natures. Now when we look at the DNA strand, like of a fish, for instance, or like of a monkey, for instance, you see that the DNA strand goes all the way through. Like it has these two markers at the beginning and at the end of the DNA strand, marking the beginning and the end of the DNA strand, and the DNA strand goes straight through. Well, our DNA, like as a human, as a fucking Homo sapien sapien, our DNA goes, it has the two end markers like at the end of the DNA, and then the DNA goes through about halfway, and then those same markers that are at the end are in the middle, like of our DNA strand, showing like a separation. Basically, it looks like two DNA strands stacked on top of each other. Now, like what I believe that those extraterrestrial beings did when they did that, they gave us part of this animalistic nature that these animals on this planet run with, and they gave us part of the higher nature that they exist in. Now, when you are angry and you are fucking letting your carnal natures fucking run you, and you are depressed and all this different shit, you know what I'm saying, like you lustful and like letting your life be run by the 7 deadly sins, you being run by your lower nature, you know. Now when you can let yourself be compassionate and you can like let yourself be loving, and like, I know it sounds so cliche like to speak on love, but yo, like real shit, like that's the mark of your higher nature. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to express love like endlessly, like to yourself. Not so much like that you want to express this love to everybody else, but it's like you truly love yourself, so you know how to express that love wherever you go. You know, like it's not about being a fool and just all being so loving and so open-armed to every motherfucking thing. No. But you want to have love for yourself and fucking respect for yourself, that to the point where can't anybody just walk up on you and do any old thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what this about, you know. A lot of you guys like kind of get it mixed up, like when us higher dimensional entities begin on speaking love. You know what I'm saying? Like don't ever get shit twisted feeling like, oh nigga, we soft or all this and that. Nah, we really retweaking the energy on this planet. You know, like a lot of what's been going on, like on this planet, have been a lot of wars and a lot of destruction, a lot of fucking deceit and all this shit. And we wonder why the world is like the way it is. You know what I'm saying? And like we accept a lot of what go on like on this planet, you know. But if we ran the world with compassion and with love, then things would be a lot better for us. You know what I'm saying? Our blood has a natural pH balance. I mean, like not natural, but a neutral pH balance, meaning that it's not acidic or alkaline, meaning that it's neutral. It sits in the middle of the spectrum of acid alkaline. This is another way that spirit is showing you that we are a being that's supposed to be balancing our natures. You know, like we are supposed to stay balanced. Now see, like when you look at like bugs, like straight insects, their blood is acidic. This is why a lot of these rats and a lot of these cockroaches and ants and shit can survive on shit like this processed sugar that we got, and can survive for thousands of years. You know what I'm saying? Like without having no side effects. You know what I'm saying? But our blood on the spectrum sits in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like it's balanced. Like our nature is balanced. You know, like our nature, like our being is balanced. You know what I'm saying? And like we got the consciousness to be able to do that, but for some reason we decide to teach ourselves how to not be balanced. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like not how to not give a fuck. Like this is what all this fucking outlaw and all this gunslinging and all this shit have fucking did for us. All this dope selling fucking rap music and all this shit have just took us away from what we should be doing, like with ourselves. And like we have gone far away from our nature. You know, a lot of y'all feel like you don't know where to go, like you don't know what to do, but real shit, the answer is simple. The answer is simple. Live in compassion. You know what I'm saying? Like live compassionately. Only do things that you feel compassionate about. You know, like don't let yourself get twisted and tangled up like in these situations like where you have to do things like that you dread, you know, because like that's gonna make you resent your life and like resent these places like that you have to go in and fucking do this shit because you really don't want to, you know. Like real shit, like do what you gotta do, you know, like do what you gotta do, you know. But all at the same time, like be looking to fix yourself and put yourself in a place where you doing things like that you love, you know, and you centered around love, you know, fucking real shit. Love is our higher nature, you know what I'm saying? Like if you live in compassion and you live in love and a lot of y'all gonna look at these meek spirits, like these people that are meek and people that's not all loud and old, fucking stand forthish and all outgoing. Like y'all gonna look at them like they weak and like they missing something. But nah, that's just their spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the kind of person like that is, the kind of spirit that you're dealing with. You know, we have to learn from all these spirits out here. All these spirits got something to learn from, you know. Fucking real shit. Fucking real shit, man. It's a lot of shit that motherfucker can learn like from a nigga like me. Like if I was sit up and just like listen to what they like that I'm saying, you know. Fucking real shit. But yeah, man, like your lower and fucking higher nature, like your lower nature is symbolized by the beast on this planet. You know what I'm saying? Like the beastly, the fucking lions, the tigers, the bears. That's what your lower nature is fucking symbolized by. This is why they say the devil is the ruler of this planet, because it's a lot of beast nature. It's a whole bunch of beast-like nature on this fucking planet. Planet that looks at death like indifferent. You know what I'm saying? A planet where beings can kill each other and not feel like it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But see, like these higher dimensional entities came down here and laid the seed of what they are within us. So now we see life and death and good and evil in this fashion. You know, like y'all had to realize that. Like, why don't the birds and the bears and all the other animals look at good and evil like that? They don't. Nah, because we something different. Because like we higher on the conscious scale. You know, very, very, very simply. Very simply, you know. Now see, like we have to nurture that fact. Like we have to nurture ourselves like on that fact. Like the fact that we are these higher conscious beings, like these higher cognitive, these higher dimensional entities. Like we have to nurture ourselves like on that fact. You know, like we have to learn how to, like we have to learn how to go within first. And then see, like once you go within and you pull that energy back out, now we can come together. You know what I'm saying? Because like now we got Like now we got the right shit like that we trying to stand on here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all like want to come together just for the sake of you not being alone. You know what I'm saying? Like when you would come together with all these different spirits and all these different forms of consciousness, all these different thought forms and all these different mentalities, all these people not for you. Like all these people not going the same place like that you going within consciousness. But once we get on the same page, then we can come together. Right now, us coming together is only gonna serve, I believe, to make more issues for us. You know, like it'll feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be good, like it'll feel good because we together. You know what I'm saying? Like not saying that we shouldn't, but we need to be working on ourselves. We need to learn how to master the self and master this consciousness like along this stage. You know, very simply. Very simply, if you're not being run by your higher nature, then you're being run by your lower nature. You never indifferent, like on that scale. Like you never standing like in the middle, like on that scale. Like you never don't have no spirits dealing with you. I'm getting to the point, I don't think none of y'all are soulless. Like if you have consciousness, like if you have your own personality, you know what I'm saying? Like then you have a spirit, you know? Like then you have a spirit. Like if you live on planet Earth, like then you have a spirit. Like they be trying to say, like they be trying to sell y'all the story that some of y'all don't got souls, that some of these beings out here is soulless, you know? But I believe that some of these motherfuckers, like that's some old egoic ass shit to say. You know what I'm saying? Like that'll make you feel better about yourself. Like now you talking down on motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like now you looking at other people and fucking telling them that they this and that like they that. You know what I'm saying? See, some of them like the 13th son, like they would tell you shit like that just to get you fired up. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like me, like I would tell somebody that like they don't have a soul to get them to take it serious. Like to get them to take their spiritual walk serious and to get them to look at the world serious. You know? But it's your boy, Divine Divinations. You know what I'm saying? Stay in your pyramid of peace, your pyramid of protection, your pyramid of prosperity. Stay liked up, loved up, blissed up, twist up, hit your ganja, like, subscribe, share, comment, elevate your motherfucking mind, meditate every day. One of you niggas is gonna levitate. Today's video was about the difference between your higher and your lower natures. You know what I'm saying? I gave you how nature and how science is expressing our lower and our higher natures. I gave you how our blood is symbolically telling us like where we stand along the spectrum of good and evil. You know what I'm saying? Like how our blood is showing us that like we have a balanced pH. That like our pH is neither acid nor alkaline, but it sits about in the middle, about like 7.4, 7.5. Like that's really a balanced pH. Like that's really like a balanced blood type. I mean like a blood acid alkaline level. You know. I kind of gave you a lot of information, you know what I'm saying? But it's your boy, Divine Divination. I'm going to sign out. I got to go back to work now, but peace out.